Well, a group of ANC Women's League members who attended the 6th KwaZulu-Natal conference are threatening to challenge the outcome of the elections. These delegates say they were denied a right to vote for the top 5 officials of the league. About 27 delegates say their names were mysteriously removed from the voters' roll. Nonhlanhla Khoza was yesterday declared the chairperson after winning with a narrow margin against Bongi Sithole-Moloi. Our reporter Simphiwe Makhanya is joining us live outside the conference venue where a group of disgruntled delegates have gathered. Simphiwe, a good morning to you, because these are some serious allegations being made here by these members.
Indeed, Naledi, this particular provincial conference has been marred by, twists and turns and all sorts of allegations with regards to the process that has been followed. If you recall correctly, Naledi, the conference was supposed to have started on Friday, but of course there were delays with the registration and the verification process, with the election of those top 5 officials eventually being announced yesterday during that particular plenary which was held at the ICC. We have engaged those delegates in Naledi, about 27 of them who have been able to speak to various of them that have been affected by this particular situation. They say that their names were mysteriously removed from the registration document, which basically enables them to take part in the conference. Also, we do have with us Mama Openi Majodena, who is the deployee of the NEC, who's basically overseeing the functioning of this particular process of the African National Congress Women's League Provincial Conference here in KwaZulu-Natal. Let's also engage her now to get clarity in terms of what is going to happen going forward. Mama Jodena, thank you very much for your time. Perhaps the first and the crucial question is, how did you get this one wrong?
Thank you very much, and to the viewers at home. We thought everything was up and running. Our system were up to what is needed. But during plenary, when the top 5 was announced, there were a lot of hands of intervention, to an extent where we had to adjourn before we even finalize announcement of top 5, where people were saying, but we wanted to contest the announcement of these results because some of us did not vote, were not allowed to vote because we are not appearing on the voters' roll. Close to 18 hands in plenary spoke about that. The second one, they're saying, to prove that the number of those who are said to have abstained is 78, and we suspect we are part of that 78 because we're not given our right to vote. And I ruled and supported by conference that, one, we cannot discuss individual matters in plenary. All those who have concerns, they must come and make a comprehensive submission. Then we're going to look at that. And indeed, they came. They were close to 40. They came. We took about 4 hours to listen to each and every one of them. And our finding is that indeed they were not on the voters' roll. And to me, I don't think they were omitted mysteriously. I think it was a human error, because those administrators who were uploading the information, they've been working since Wednesday without a sleep. So human errors can happen in such. And I verified with each and every register, every document they qualify to have to be allowed to vote. And therefore I made a ruling and wrote it to the commissioner of elections to say I've verified and processed and therefore allow them to vote, but don't recount. Allow the process that is on to complete immediately after voting for the PC additional members. Then allow the 27 to vote and count them. They are part of the conference, and what their results must also be added to the current results that were announced. And I must also emphasize the point that mine is to be firm, transparent, and to rule by the law and by the constitution that every member has a right to cast the vote, and they are going to do that. I'm just awaiting for an indication from the commission when can they start doing that. At the moment, they are accounting for PEC additional members. I've written a comprehensive letter. I've already uploaded their names, the 27 names, to the voters roll that is separate. But when the final results are brought to me, they're supposed to be final results that include everyone, and the adding of 27 names does not change the credentials. We adopted credentials of 1,287 and voted as per the report of yesterday. It was 1,219, and therefore when we add 27, not gonna go beyond. Will still be less with 44, because those credentials were compiled based on the attendance register where these 27 members appears. So I don't smell any rat why they were not on the voters roll, but I think it was just a human error. Hence I made that ruling that they must be allowed to vote.
Are you able to assure them that they will be able to vote before the conference ends? I mean, it's day 5 now, if I'm not mistaken. If you count from Friday, it's Tuesday today. Still the conference is underway. It was supposed to have finished on Sunday.
Yes, as I said to you, I'm awaiting for the Commission on Election to say when can they vote. They have everything to make them vote. However, I must also note that maybe the agency that is conducting voting, they might not have brought everyone to be able to move up until today. Then that must be indicated to me so that we can agree on the way forward. But they are eligible to vote. They must be allowed to cast their vote. Should results change anything, something on what has been elected, then let it be. It will be conference. But mine is to be firm, is to be transparent, is to run by the rules and nothing else, nothing beyond that. We as NEC were presiding over this conference so that it becomes a credible conference. Because if we don't allow them to vote, they can easily litigate us. I don't have basics why I cannot allow them to vote.
But as it is now, the election of the top 5 officials were announced yesterday. So do we take that as something that is done and dusted or pending?
It's pending. Yes, they were announced yesterday and I was there to welcome them, because at the time when they were announced, there was no query on the floor. When people are trying to raise hands, we suppressed those hands because we wanted to complete the process, not knowing the grave concerns that were going to be raised. So we couldn't at the spot to say you are no longer elected. They are still elected pending the finalization of these elections.
Member Chotina, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the NEC deployee here in this particular province of KwaZulu-Natal, overseeing the conference of the ANC Women's League. Indeed, saying that there's about 27 delegates that have now since been given the opportunity to take part in the election of the top 5 officials in particular. And if you look at the numbers as they were presented yesterday in terms of who became the chairperson of the ANC Women's League, the difference between the two contenders is basically 3 votes. It's Nonhlanhla Khoza, who was declared the winner, and then you have Bongi Sithole-Moloi, who was contesting that position. Nonhlanhla Khoza eventually winning with those 3 votes. But of course, as she was saying, Machodena, that the inclusion now of these 27 delegates could in fact change the outcome of that particular conference that is still underway here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. It's back to you, Naledi, in studio.